What's up everyone, welcome back to another FX tutorial. I'll be teaching you guys how I created my Vogue cover edit that I did during my latest photo shoot. So let's head straight into Photoshop. Let's start off easy by putting in the Vogue text on top of the ledge, while also making it look like it's behind the model. I'll be using the horizontal type tool and stretching out the box to the length I want the text to be. The Vogue font is a free download and is available via description down below. Just need to do a few more adjustments here, and there we go. Alright, so the next tool I'll be using is the quick selection tool. I'm going to hide the text layer so it's easier to see what we are trying to select. Make sure the plus sign is highlighted as you can see here. The letters G and E will be the ones being focused on here, so I will be selecting the top of her knee, face, head, and hand. This tool will accidentally select things you might not want, so simply just use the deselect version of this tool in order to get rid of the selections you don't need. You can also use Ctrl+Q at the end to see what you selected. After all the selections are complete, right click and select layer via copy. I'll hide the bottom layer, and as you can see, it did a good job selecting what we chose. Now I'm going to make the text layer visible and move that layer in between the bottom layer and the layer we just copied. And that's all there is to this part. Let's move on to the second part of the edit with the plant and yellow background. So for this, I took a few minutes to Google 4K palm tree wallpapers and found this image. I used the move tool and transferred it onto the photo we were working on. The image sizes between these two shots are huge, so I click Ctrl+T in order to resize the photo to the size I need it to be. For this specific side, I personally used the pen tool in order to make my next masking selection. I created a rectangle in the area I didn't want the palm tree layer going through. After I got my rectangle, I right-clicked my mouse and chose Make Selection. 5 pixels worked for me, so I just pressed OK. After this, I made sure the quick selection tool was highlighted, then I right-clicked my mouse and chose Select Inverse. Right-clicked again and selected the layer via copy. Then I simply moved the first palm tree layer underneath the layer we just copied. Alright, let's move on to the other side. I clicked Ctrl+J on the first palm tree layer in order to duplicate it. Then, I moved it onto the right side and flipped it horizontally. So, for this side, I decided to use the quick selection tool because it made things easier. After the selections have been made, I right-clicked again and chose Layer via Copy, and moved the second palm tree layer underneath the layer we just created. In the final picture, you see the top portion filled with the yellow paint layer of the palm tree picture. All I did here was use the first palm tree layer and utilize the rectangular marquee tool in order to select a rectangular portion of the top of the layer, as you can see here. I duplicated this layer 3 times while making sure it slightly overlapped the previous layer. Once all that was done, I went back and used the eraser tool to blend in the layers better. You can see obvious areas here with a darker, straighter line. The final part is to match the depth of field to the original photo. I started off with the first palm tree layer. Here, I went to the Filter tab, Blur, then Gaussian Blur. For this photo, 5 pixels worked just fine. I repeated this again with the second palm tree layer. But alright guys, that's all there is to it. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this tutorial. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome tutorials. And as always, happy editing.